Moviepass. Guilty. Guilty. Pleading guilty. The top exec says, all right, fine, I did it. So does that mean enough is enough? No more Moviepass. I don't want to hear the drama anymore. Well, we got that and more on today's show. It's me and Roxy Striar. Let's do it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Kristian Harloff Show. It is live every day, 1 p.m. EST, 10 a.m. for you West Coasters, and a West Coaster that I have with me is the one and only Roxanne Striar. Hello, Roxy. How are you?
First time you've ever described me as a West Coaster.
Oh, you are. You're more LA now than you ever were. I'm telling you.
But what means?
Because you don't want to leave.
Oh.
That's why. Tried to get you to leave. So I got bad news for you. You want to hear bad?
I love the show to start that way. Good. Yeah, no, I'm stoked on that. Okay.
Well, it's motivation plus bad news. So, last week you beat...
Oh, I heard about Winston. I heard about Winston.
Okay.
I obviously heard about Winston. Okay. That's phenomenal.
All right. So, last week, Roka came in hot at 43. Roxy said, no way, I'm taking the title. Took the title at 47. Winston said, get out of my way, and did 106 questions.
He wiped the floor with all of us. I'm so happy for him.
Well, yeah.
What was crazy though is like people in the comments, there was like 5 of them. They were like, this is not a good look for Roxy that she's this money hungry.
Oh, come on.
Cannot be clear enough that
it's a goof.
That didn't affect me.
Right. Yeah.
It's a competition.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
a competitive girl. You gave me a number. I surpassed the bar.
Well, I got a new one for you because yesterday, Steph had a good one yesterday. Steph had a good one. She had 35. That was Steph's best. Chattelbash had a disastrous debut at 4. But Roka came in at 70. Ooh. Tom Chattelbash. Do you know Tom Chattelbash?
Who's Tom Chattelbash?
I hate that you said that, but it's fair. He was one of the OG YouTube reviewers. He was on Tuesday with me. He took your spot. And he was great.
I'm so sad. Can I look him up?
Yeah, look him up. But he, so Tom Chattelbash was, he was also in the FCL for a little bit too. But anyway, he came in.
You know me? I don't like when I don't know.
That's
people.
okay. But he came in and he had 3 or 4 questions. It was a disaster for him. But Roka had 73.
Are you not going to have him back now?
Of course. Why? He was great on the show. It has nothing to, the questions are questions. If you had one question today, you don't think I'm going to have you back? And right now you do have a question.
Me? I'm me.
Yeah, that's true.
He's never been on the show before.
No, he was phenomenal on the show. I don't care how many questions he has.
Go Chattelbash.
Yeah, he's just not going to touch the OGs right now with the questions. People,
I got to tell you, Kristian,
the question is what's Winston and Coy going to do together? That's what I'm curious about tomorrow.
I've never seen this man in my life.
Well, that's fine. Well, he's great. He is great, and he was good on the show. Are you tired of this Moviepass thing?
Don't know what you're talking about. It's like you and I are on different internets.
Wow. The whole drama that has gone on for years with Moviepass, you didn't know what was going on with it?
Oh, like you mean years ago when they went bankrupt? But is there something new?
Yeah, it's just been going on forever, and it seems like it just always pops up that they take, it's like, what's finally going to happen? They try to go back in business again, and it's an absolute nightmare.
That I knew, but I didn't know there was anything new. I was hosting Screen Junkies with Dan Moe when there was Moviepass issues. So boy, oh boy, did Dan let me know on the daily what was up with Moviepass.
He hates it. So funny. Somebody thinks that Winston and Coy are going to get to 300 on Friday. We'll see.
That would be amazing, and I would be so happy for them. Not to burst anybody's bubble, but is Coy in town?
I think he is. He told me he'd be back by Friday.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he's lying.
I'm gonna put my lip gloss on the show because I look so effing shiny that I need my lips.
Well, you do that.
Shinier.
You do that. Yeah. And why? What is that all about?
Yeah, good. Just close up on me while I do my lip gloss. Thank you.
Trying to have a million different things here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is good content for the people. Here we go.
They're perfect.
Popping.
Why is that not working? So look at that. Yeah, stupid. So it doesn't change.
Okay, let me see everything on your desktop.
It doesn't change.
So we got a lot of photos.
A lot of pictures.
Anything risque?
I hope so. Okay. So this is Moviepass. CEO pleads guilty to fraud.
Oh, okay.
On Monday, Moviepass ex-CEO Mitch Lowe pled guilty to securities fraud, reports The Verge. With the plea, Lowe reportedly admits to making false representations about the sustainability of a $9.95 monthly plan and that promised unlimited access to movies and theaters. Lowe took over as a CEO of Moviepass in 2016 and started allowing users to see a movie a day through an unlimited subscription in 2017. That quickly led to Moviepass' demise, with the service shutting down in 2019 and ultimately filing for bankruptcy. Following a statement with the Federal Trade Commission in 2021, the Securities and Exchange Commission sued Lowe and Ted Farnsworth, former CEO of Moviepass, parent company Helios, and Matheson Analytics. The FTC alleged the pair lied about the unlimited subscription to artificially inflate HMNY stock, former CEO. In addition to $250,000 fine, Lowe faces up to 5 years in prison, though a lighter sentence is expected for his cooperation within the investigation. Farnsworth remains in federal custody with his trial over securities fraud scheduled for March of 2025. Moviepass was rebooted last year, offering a plan of $10 per month, but capping the number of movies that you can see. So you see what I'm talking about? It's just like, let's put it to rest, because I'm bored with this, and I already say, like, look, this is what is going. I never understood this. Like, maybe the answer is because many people have gotten away with things that we don't know about, but I never understood like why people do things like this when there's just so much to happen that could go wrong, and then you're facing 5 years in prison, all these different fines, and you're a laughing stock. Greed, right? Greed.
Couple of things, Kristian. Number one, do you understand gamblers?
Right.
Because there's no really understanding if you're not it. It's hard to understand, like, why would you gamble all your money away and then you do it again, and then in order to get it back, you gamble more, and then you're on the streets?
Right.
Why did you do that? Mm-hmm. I don't understand it because I don't have that inside me. So it must be like an addict gambler mentality. It reminds me a lot of what's going on with Fyre Fest right now. Are you caught up to date with the Fyre Fest situation?
Tell me.
They're bringing it back. They're doing another Fyre Fest right now.
To try to reinvent it, I guess, right?
I mean, reinvent, I guess, to try to not serve you cheese on a slice of white bread with no water.
Good point.
In order to reinvent, you would have had to have invented in the first place. But it's one of the most epic fails of all time of an event. And now they're throwing, like, same deal, private island, influencers. And I feel, and I'm sorry if any of my friends attend this because I do sometimes circle in that influencer space, you have to be an idiot to go to this. Because, like, how do you trust them? You can't trust people who've proven that you can't trust them because they do
isn't that the case? But isn't that the thing that if there's new ownership and they're trying to
No, it's the same.
Okay, but all right, the same. Let's say it's the same. And I think your point is more than valid to say, like, how do I trust you guys again? But what if it turns out they're like, okay, look, we're going to do this over, and we're going to really make this count this time, and it's going to be amazing. And you give them the benefit of the doubt because you can't do that again. Because if you do, it's over.
But look what Moviepass did. They can't do that again.
I know, and
they did.
Well, but they didn't do fraud the second time around.
Moviepass?
Yeah, they realized, okay, well, actually, what's hilarious about all that is that they came up with this model, and AMC said, well, we're going to do that, and we'll do it legit. And that's how, and then other places started doing it, and they just basically took their idea and said, we're going to do that.
Do you have a Stubs pass, AMC's?
If I didn't get press screenings, then I would. 100%. It's absolutely.
Is it a D or a B?
What?
Is it stud or stub?
Stubs.
Okay.
Movie studs. That would be like one. That wouldn't be very fair to everybody. It was just called movie studs.
I started saying it and I was like, stutter.
It was wrong, but I didn't want to correct you.
I didn't know.
I realize now who you remind me of. I always said Drew Barrymore. I think it's a mixture of Drew Barrymore and Winona Ryder.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was meant as a compliment.
What gave Winona Ryder just now?
I don't know.
Maybe the voice. People sometimes say that my voice reminds them of Demi Moore.
Sure.
Which is good because deep and raspy.
Yeah, I understand that. Speaking of deep, you haven't heard my new impressions.
Okay, let's hear it.
People are probably getting sick of it now because I've been doing it so much this whole week. All right. I need to know where my men are and where is my boat. Everyone knows that it is either whether or not I'm going to get on this boat, and whether or not the Japanese are going to keep me here. I need to know where I am going, what I am doing, where is my men, where is my boat.
Okay, so you are being our guy from Shogun.
Yep.
Black.
Whatever his name is. Roxy. Striar. I need to know, where is my man?
Cosmo Jarvis, I think. That's right, Cosmo. Actor's name?
That's right. I will not be fooled. I need to know where they are. That's what I've been doing all week.
It's like you kind of sound like AI.
Oh, nice. That's a good. That works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Really good. How'd you find that one out?
I don't know. I think I was doing because I liked his voice so much. It was so funny when he'd be like, "What? What are you saying? Where are they? I don't know. I need to know." And
this is going to be the worst story ever, but I remember I found a new impression this week, but I can't remember what it is.
Even better. If
I find it, I will do it for you because I've got so few in my arsenal.
I know your ET is just stellar.
Yeah,
it's the best. It's a lie. Okay, so brutal. So
good. That was a good one.
Oh, it's so good. It was really, really good
compared to the rest.
Yeah, I said Yoda, and you did ET.
You said ET.
Did I say ET? I don't remember. Whatever. So right before I got on the internets with you, I put up a new reaction today.
To what?
Agatha, episode 1 and episode 2, and Sadie did it with me.
I liked the first episode. I didn't watch the second one because I heard it wasn't as good, and I just kind of want to be living in La La Land for a second. How'd you guys feel?
Well, let's get into this next story. And how about that? The reviews are in. And
who's been messing up everything? It's been Kristian all along.
It's good, Rox. You're crushing it today. First 2 episodes of Marvel's Agatha All Along have hit the Disney Plus streaming service with the professional critics' reviews held until release. Now that they're out, the reaction so far is mixed. With 34 reviews counted, the series is at 74% on Rotten Tomatoes, 34 reviews, and over on Metacritic, it's at 70 over 100 so far. To put it in comparison with other Marvel shows on Metacritic, Ms. Marvel got a 78, WandaVision got a 77, Jessica Jones, 76, Luke Cage and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, 74, Agent Carter, 73, Daredevil, 72, that's crazy, Loki, 70, crazy, Moon Knight, 69, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, 67, generous, Hawkeye, 66, Secret Invasion, 63, generous, Echo, 62, The Punisher, 55. That's crazy. I've never seen The Punisher, but from what I hear, Punisher is pretty good. And Iron Fist at 37.
You didn't watch Punisher?
No, I know. And I never got to it. Here's a sampling of some of the review quotes. Agatha All Along may take its title from a flashback, but everything else about the show suggests there's more than enough to mind when you've got Agatha all the time. It's the rare Marvel project that feels justified by not its role in some year-long master plan, but its own creative potential. Even in her diminished state, Agatha is still capable of some enchantment. Okay, it seems like there are people that are pretty much on board with it. The answer to your question is that I went into this series, and I was even on speaking to Tom Chattelbash, we talked about it on Tuesday, and I said, I'm not excited about this show.
What was Sadie's thought process going?
She knew nothing.
I don't remember. Did she watch Wanda?
She didn't like WandaVision. She
watched it but didn't like it.
Watched the first episode, said this is not for me, and bailed on it. Okay. She was just not into it. So she said, and she likes the Marvel stuff, but she didn't want that. So she didn't know. I didn't tell her purposely. It was I didn't tell her it was a Marvel show.
Oh my God, Kristian.
What? Didn't tell her it was a Marvel show? What?
So she just went in completely blind.
Completely blind. Had no idea that it was a Marvel show and didn't know it was connected to WandaVision.
Okay.
Did that on purpose. She wound up liking both episodes way more than I did. She really liked them. I thought they were entertaining. I thought they were better than I thought they were going to be. Okay. I think that the show is not geared towards me. I just don't.
Well, the weird thing is that I do feel everybody's expectations were on the floor going into this.
Right.
So it is strange to see critics react being like, actually not that bad, as opposed to other shows that we go in and we're like, this is going to be amazing, and then it's not good and people shred it. But nobody thought that this show needed to be made.
Right.
Nobody was clamoring for the show. Nobody was like, this is my number one most anticipated. And because we could just go in and enjoy ourselves, I think people actually didn't dislike it. I really enjoyed the first episode.
I thought 2 was better than 1. Honestly, I think 2 is better than 1. And I think
okay.
Because what they do with 1 is they're basically just taking the premise of and it's on purpose of WandaVision, and they was it Mayor of Eastwick? Is that the name of it? Mayor of Eastwick. So that's essentially the first half of the show, and she's doing a Kate Winslet overcooked impression on purpose, because of what.
Was it Eastwood? No.
Eastwood?
I watched it.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you watch 200 shows.
But either way, it's and you can see from that first episode that's what she's doing. She's doing the frumpy Kate Winslet character. She's doing it's everything.
But it feels like an act.
100% on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and then once, and what I like about it is that they only stay there for so long until we get into what I didn't want. I was like, okay, I think every episode they're going to do WandaVision again. That's not what this show is. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Catherine Hahn is the reason you go to this show, and she delivers. She delivers. She's fantastic. Aubrey Plaza, in the limited thing I've seen her so far, also really good. The story that they're telling is engaging thus far. I didn't watch 3 and 4. I had them. I didn't watch them though. I watched 1 and 2.
Why? No time or no interest?
The answer, well, a little bit of both. What I said on the show the other day was that I had it in my inbox, and because somebody got upset with me, they're like, "Hey, you know how many people would have the opportunity to watch this show, and it's in your inbox. You didn't watch it. What's wrong? Why aren't you watching it?" And I was like, because the answer was, what's my priority right now? The things that I'm working on and the things that I have. It's not like I'm just like, oh, you know what? It's sitting in my inbox. I'd rather scratch my balls on the couch. That's not what I'm doing. I'm talking about, well, if I have that, I can work on another video. I can do that. I'm not going to get to that. I'll get to it when I get to it. But what I did do is I asked, my wife and I were supposed to watch the Batman together. Mm-hmm. And we were going to do that. And we still are going to do it. But we had it planned to do it. And I said to her, I was like, there's this show that I think you might actually dig. And it's coming out today. Do you want to watch it? And she's like, yeah. So we did that instead, and we watched 2 episodes. And I was like, and then the 3rd and 4th ones expired by the time we got to it. And I was like, it's on me. But but enough to say that I am curious to see where it goes, because it's set up. It's a good setup thus far. And playing, someone told me in the comments how they think that it's going to rely or move to the MCU, which I think.
What do they say?
I guess it's that Wanda's kids are involved somehow. I guess that's the running theory. There's no spoiler in there. This is just a theory that Wanda's kids are involved somehow with some of the people that we've met thus far, and that's how it pertains to it. And then we'll maneuver into it. And it's like, just let it be its own thing. Let it be a Halloween special, and you can revisit it whenever you want to, but leave it as its own. It's a well-produced show. I'll say that.
But I agree with you. However, sometimes don't you see people like Aubrey Plaza and think, how are we going to just keep her here? I mean, she's a massive star. How are we going to not have any kind of crossover MCU with her? Sure,
but if it was just the problem is that's MCU's problem overall. They have tons of massive stars. What are they going to do with Kit Harington? They put Harry Styles in a post-credit scene. What are you going to do with him? What are you going to do with all these people that you have? You still don't know what you're doing with Shang-Chi. You're doing all these things. They have tons of people that they could use that they have, and they are not doing anything with. So that's less important to me, because it's like, yeah, we have this star power. We could use her. But it's not like you're getting people in the theater because she's in it. It's just like, it just elevates the product when she's in it. In the same way that Catherine Hahn could be the same. So you have Agatha now. Why not use her more? It's like, let it be its own thing. Let it be its own thing. You don't need to put, and I don't know, maybe because of the Secret Wars thing, everybody will be involved. That's going to be like a 12-hour movie, that movie.
Let it be.
Nice.
Let it be.
Hey, we're going to, every time we should do that. Every time we hit a song that you, perfect, just let it fly.
Whisper words.
Nope.
It's not whisper.
I just wouldn't do. I wouldn't go there.
Listen to words of wisdom.
You're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna
let it be.
Okay, we're gonna keep doing it.
It would be like the new Imagine. Everybody was so excited with all the celebrities who did it, Kristian.
Yeah.
You and I, we could make our own Let It Be.
I'd rather not. I'd rather we let that be.
Oh.
You like that?
I do see what you mean, but in order to see, you have to.
Sure. Okay. I think I've had enough of this. You're at 9 questions thus far. That's a good start. Really good start. That's good.
Would you call it a good start or a trash start?
No, a nine questions before the first story.
Good or is it trash?
No, you're good.
This is what we have to weigh in life all the time.
You ready to beat poor Tom Chattelbash? I'm gonna tell. Tom's like, well, I really hurt my self-esteem here. I was like, hey man, you debut with 4 questions. You're gonna get it.
The longer I looked at his picture, the more I feel like maybe I did know him at some point. I feel bad about it.
That's all right. Listen, so before we move on, Roxy, I don't know what the dating life is like right now, and I'm sure we'll get into it. Is it good?
Yeah, it's so good.
Are you kidding? Or are you telling the truth?
Am I kidding or am I telling the truth?
I don't know. I think you're lying. Oh. Well, when we
I wouldn't call it a lie as much as kidding.
You're kidding. Once we get to that point where Roxy has good stories to tell, well, I'm going to start sending her some joy mode for some of so for whoever her significant other will be in the future. I will tell about both joy mode, and then she can already tell you about BetterHelp. We'll tell you about both of those right now. You guys know it's time for joy mode. I love talking about joy mode. They've been with us forever now. So joy mode really is absolutely wonderful. It's a sexual performance booster. You know that already, but it's not just about better sex. Daily use supports healthier blood vessels, boosts heart health, and it enhances your athletic performance. Expertly formulated and backed by science, it's proven to improve erection function by 50% in just 60 days. So you just take a pack with water and you feel the effects within 45 minutes. Take control with Joy Mode. You get a boost anytime, anywhere, never miss a beat. It's a performance booster. And I'm telling you, I was like, wait a minute, let me see. I don't necessarily need it. It's not about needing it. It's about saying, wait a minute. This is really, to me, that pre-workout when you take like a supplement before working out and you're like, oh, wow, I feel incredible. Same thing. Get yourself a discount today and go to tryjoymode.com. Use that code BIGTHING. Tryjoymode.com. Use that code BIGTHING for your first order. You will thank me for it. And a lot of people have already been thanking me for it. Joy Mode, the best. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Let me ask you guys a question. What is something that you'd love to learn? As an adult, do you really make time to learn new things as often as you like? Or what was lost in childhood? My kids are always learning new things and always trying new stuff. And I see that wonderment. And I hear my daughter talking about learning a new language. And I'm like, I want to learn a new language. Well, therapy can help you reconnect with your sense of wonder because your back to school era, it can really come at any age. So I think just talking to people in general has really helped so many people. I've talked about it on this show, how much BetterHelp has been beneficial to Roxy Striar. She's talked about it and she's been with BetterHelp for so long. Seen how it's not only helped her, people in my family have just being able to talk. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, you really should give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and it's suited to your schedule. You fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you switch therapists anytime. No additional charge. So rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. You got to visit betterhelp.com/bigthing today. You get 10% off your first month. BetterHelp, HELP.com/bigthing. All right. Thank you to both BetterHelp and, of course, Joy Mode. Roxy, I know you've been BetterHelp, so still doing well?
Yeah, it's the best. That's my Wednesdays.
Oh,
Don't you
great.
feel me lighter today?
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't sure if that was because of the Joy Mode.
No, that's the BetterHelp.
No, that's BetterHelp. Next time. So that's good. Everything else is going well on your end, though? With work.
Sure, yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
everything's so good.
Well, because we
My
had-
life is so good. Everything's so good.
Good.
No complaints. Everything's so good.
I love that. And so what we were talking about before, because as Roxy is kicking ass, whether it's stuff with the Real Rejects or her films that are coming out, we were just talking about a mutual friend of ours, Clark Wolf, who just came in the studio. She was just in studio just now, and we recorded a segment for next week. She's in New York promoting her short film and the feature film that she's in. So I'm excited for the fans to see that. It'll be next Thursday. I'm going to air that interview. So Clark Wolf will be here for everybody to see. So it'll be a good one. It'll be good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've always really liked her, and I feel like we are having kind of similar paths right now with the moving from the hosting and then the acting and learning how to promote your work. And I've been seeing her post like clips of her performances over the last several years, and I think she's really talented. So I hope that this does well for her.
Yeah, I do too. And I loved hearing her perspective on the business overall. We're going to get into more TV stuff, obviously, with Roxy's picks today. It was the first time we're going to do it live. But speaking of TV, there's a show that I just never watched, and it was a phenomenon, man. I never got a chance to check it out. But Squid Game was a big show, and the second season is coming out. And so did you see the first poster for it, Rox?
No,
okay,
I didn't.
You're about to. So check it out. Squid Game Season 2 poster. And there's the stars are talking theories. Now, Netflix Geek Week presentation has its big day tomorrow with a 2-hour presentation showcasing upcoming content in late 2024 and 2025. Arguably, the biggest drop will be the reveal of the first proper trailer for the second season of Squid Game, with the series scoring a new one sheet today you can see below. The first season scored critical acclaim, 6 Emmys, along with an Outstanding Drama Series nomination, and remains Netflix's most watched single season of any series to date. In a new video just released, 3 stars of the new season react to fan theories gathered from viewers all over the world. The trio includes Lee Jung-jae as leading man Sung Ji-hun, Lee Bong-hun as the mysterious black masked frontman, and Wee Ha-jun, who plays Detective Hwang Jun-ho. Those fan theories include showing things from the point of view of the pink cloth and mask stuff to envelope color speculation. The second season is set to arrive December 26th. Third and final season has already been approved, expected to release in 2025. Okay, so all of that made no sense to me. I made no sense because
what do you mean?
I never seen season 1. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but how do you have to have seen it to know it's coming 2025?
Oh no, all that stuff. Man, I'm talking about the actual the plot stuff of like it could mean this, it could mean pink stuff, it could mean red stuff. I don't know what that means. Yeah, but
I don't know that we know fully what it means because they don't know fully what it means right now. Probably new round of it, new games, new competitors. It's going to be like a full-blown different show almost.
Yeah, which, okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the difference
You're going to watch before, right?
I'm thinking I probably should. I was thinking maybe to do reactions to him. I mean, I want to see if Matt Serra has ever seen the show. I feel like he has.
Oh, he'd be so fun.
I feel
what
like
about your wife?
She won't like that show. Hey, Siri, text Matt Serra. Let's see.
What do you...
Hey, period. Have you seen Squid Game? Question mark.
Let it be.
It didn't work. But I think that it's. I bet you he's seen it. And the problem is that the other people that I have, it's hard to lock them down. Like I got Samantha coming in for Logan, and she was so great. And there's just no world where she has seen Squid Game. She's probably amazing, but it's a matter of schedule with her. I'm trying to get her to watch all the Deadpool movies.
Oh, how many episodes of Squid Game even were there, though? I don't think it's that long. You know, it's not like we're doing 24 episodes.
No, it's probably only like 8 or 10.
I'm
sure, probably something along those lines. But like that's still 8 to 10 hours worth of scheduling. Because I've got, I have the Batman we're going to do. I have Deadpool we're going to do. I have the Sonic movies we're going to do. I have the live action Lion King we're going to do. I have like a ton of good ones that we got coming out. So much so that I think we're going to probably move it to Tuesdays and Thursdays or Tuesdays and Fridays. But I mean, I don't know how the Real Rejects do 1 or 2 a day. I mean, Greg's an animal. He's an animal.
Well, they didn't start that way.
No, I know.
Yeah, but he's a beast. I mean, it is so impressive to watch what he does. And like we text because I do their social media and everything. Yeah. He's the only person I know. I'm texting him till 3 a.m. He's responding.
Yeah,
and it's every single day, and we're both like all day. It is so crazy. Yeah. He is a tank.
He is. I just wonder when he gets kids, what that's going to be like.
But, totally. I mean, that it's definitely like a young man's game. But I don't know. He does have like, obviously it's completely different than having kids, but having a wife and multiple cats that he's like constantly taking care of, and there's always a problem. He's rushing to the vet. Like he is
very different.
Yeah, of course it's different.
But it's still a lot. It's still a lot, but it's very different. Yeah, you can still find a way to manage that stuff. But anyway, either way, we're going to be doing up in it. Like I put those Sadie's like it's hilarious how she's like gung-ho now about doing all this stuff too.
It's so fun for you guys and you're able to spend more time together.
I think that's what it was. I think really because like she was really happy after we watched Agatha together. She just liked being here in the studio and being part of it, because she always feels like, she feels like she's on the outside of it, and now she gets to be on the inside.
Why didn't you do that here?
I don't know. I just never knew. Well, you mean the movie reactions and stuff, or just we're having her? Well, I mean, as far as on this show, I don't know how long. Like she'd come in for segments and she'd be entertained, but she doesn't pay attention to movie news and the business and that type of stuff. So it wouldn't be.
Neither does Brett.
Different.
Okay.
Different. Where Brett's got Brett's is a sniper for a reason. You know what I mean? And I think that for her, when it came to this, I was like, well, she actually really good at this. This is what we do on the couch anyway. We're watching stuff. You know what? I was surprised it's not in your list. I know there's some things in your list that I'm not going to give away your list, your TV list, but no, The Old Man in there.
I haven't started it yet.
Even season 1?
No.
Okay. You just haven't started season 2, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
Yeah, because I was doing watching Agatha, watching the Batman, trying to get ahead of certain things.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, usually I'm on top of stuff, but no, I just haven't.
That's fair. All right, well, we'll get to that.
I will, definitely, for next week.
All right, but for Squid Game, though, you're pretty... this is going to be massive, right? Season 2?
I can't picture a world in which it isn't the most viewed show of the year.
Yeah.
Because the international audience is just insane.
Right.
And I think that they're probably going to do a good job with it. So I'm stoked on it. When you watch the first season without giving any spoilers, it will end and you'll think there will never be another season of that again. I don't think that really it calls for a second season. But as time has gone by, I can definitely see why, mostly because money.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for it.
Me too. I want to, because I don't think this is a show that I won't like. I bet you I love this show. It's never been one of those. This is one of those shows. This is more in the vein of like Shogun for me than it was like, I don't know, a show that I just didn't care about. This is a show I always wanted to see.
I'm a little nervous for you, Kristian, because I don't want you to go in. It feels like that. Remember when Tiger King came out and every single person and their mother was watching Tiger King?
Yes.
And it was just kind of a moment in time.
Yeah.
But if you were now to go back and watch Tiger King, it might be like, whoa, that show is wild. But you wouldn't be like, this show is unbelievable.
Right, because all the hype was happening around the conversation when, I don't know, but I mean, I think it's different though with a good show.
You're going to like Squid Game.
Okay.
I just don't want you to go in thinking it's one of the best shows of all time because it's not.
Okay.
It just was unbelievable to have everybody talking about it. It's so different than what we're used to, especially in American television.
Sure.
So it's entertaining as hell, but there's some parts where it's like, it's not like it's the highest budget show, it's good. They did a good job, but don't go in thinking that this is Breaking Bad.
I should just go in thinking you're probably going to like this, but it's a good show. Yeah,
definitely.
That's fair. And I am going to be checking it out for sure. You're crushing right now. You're up at 17 questions already, Rox. You're doing good.
Let's go. We're almost legal.
Yeah, I think you'll beat Steph. It's going to be hard to beat Roka this week. 73 is a big number for a Monday. It's pretty big.
You didn't think that what I said was funny?
I would be lying to you if I told you that I didn't ignore it by accident.
Okay.
Yeah. What was it?
Let's get to drinking age.
There we go. That's good.
You said we're at 17. Here are the goals in life.
Sure.
You gotta get legal so you can vote and other things. Then you gotta get to drinking age to be important. And then I'm hoping that we get to the point where we can run for president.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm coming for you.
It's gonna let you sit there. Go ahead.
Oh, the pain, the horror. Oh.
Perfect. Oh, you are in a good mood today. I like this. I like when you're in this mood.
Yeah, my life is in the shitter right now.
Perfect.
So
good mood.
I have just decided
to be in a good mood.
To try. Yeah.
That works. That makes sense. All right, let's get to this. I'll tell you what puts me in a good mood, Roxy. Transformers 1.
Oh, really?
Oh, I loved it. It's probably the best.
I also was invited to this screener.
But you didn't do it.
I was not invited.
Oh, well, that's too bad for you. You missed a good one. Well, Transformers 1 is phenomenal. I hated the trailer. I loved the movie. I think it might be the best Transformers movie ever made for the theater. Transformers and G.I. Joe live action is a crossover update, as well as Transformers 1. This Friday, we'll see the release of the animated Transformers 1 film, which is drawing very good reviews so far, the best of the franchise to date, in fact. The film follows in the wake of last year's live-action Transformers Rise of the Beast, which confirmed the movies take place in the same world as G.I. Joe. Oh, I forgot about that. Since then, development has continued on a potential crossover of the two franchises, leading to Derek Connolly being hired in April to pen a script for a crossover film. Longtime Transformers producer Lorenzo Di Bonaventura has now offered an update on the franchise, saying a sequel to Transformers 1 is being planned. He tells Collider, well, we're going again. Subject to success, we're going to do a sequel to this Transformers 1, and there will be an animated version, and it will exist completely separately to what we do in live action. He then confirmed the next live action movie will be a crossover, and that with one, we will now see what these robots are capable of and emotionally in a way. So the plan is to create a story that can take more advantage of that in the live action realm. However, he adds that we're still in development phase and says a challenge will not be overloading the film with characters. We need to do more now from the robot point of view in the live action. He's been saying that for 15 years, Lorenzo, because that's the only way you're going to really get inside them, instead of having them reacting to humans. Come on. This pisses me off, Roxy. It pisses me off. How do you not see this years? Because I'm not getting on a rant, not doing it. Instead of them reacting to humans or reacting to the human plot, what is their drive has to be part of the story now. So it's going to be complicated, because now the hardest thing about a lot of franchise movies is how many characters there are, and the more characters you try to manage, the harder it is to make a bunch of really good ones. You kind of got to keep going, keep it smaller. So we'll be in that process for a while. We'll start with a bunch of Joes and a bunch of Transformers, and I'll say regular humans, and then you're going to do this. That's kind of where we are right now, is trying to put larger things in place. All right, let me start with you here.
Yeah, I know. I need you to break this down for me even further, Kristian, because you're like, I knew it. What did you know? What's happening here?
All right, so there's only one Transformers live action movie that I like. There's only one, and it's Bumblebee. It's the only one that I like. There's still
So you don't like the first one?
No, everybody else loves the first one. I don't like the first one.
Okay.
First one's as goofy as do they all look great? Yeah, they all look great. Do they sound great?
Okay.
They sound great. Optimus Prime is hiding behind a house and nobody hears him. He's a however big robot he is. He's 100 feet in the air, and he's stomping around. What is that? Stupid. And it's like the essence, and because of exactly what he said there, the essence of that movie is just the humans reacting to these robots as opposed to what the Transformers is supposed to be. It's about these things that are alien creatures who happen to be able to be big machines that can do things. They're AI life, and they're able to live. That's what Transformers 1 does very well and holds the essence of what the Transformers lore is. The beginning of Bumblebee, I have to go back and rewatch that movie because I remember really, really enjoying it. But what he's saying is that, it has to be more about the robots as opposed to the humans. And yes. And the other thing is they have never gotten G.I. Joe right. There's no G.I. Joe movies that have worked at all. What they need.
What are the G.I. Joe movies? Is that?
Yeah, there've been a few of them. There's been a few. They did the Snake Eyes one, which
I liked Snake Eyes.
But it wasn't even true to the comic, like what they did.
Okay,
Like the whole point of Snake Eyes was supposed to be he was this American soldier who got his face blown off in the damn in Vietnam, but he learned the ways of whether I forget it was I think it was karate. I'm not sure. But he learned martial arts, and he learned it through. I think he learned it through Storm Shadow, and he learned it through other people that in the same teacher, and he learned this culture very similar to like if you watched I think it was like Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme, where Jean-Claude Van Damme is an American soldier who doesn't get his face blown off, but he learns how to do this.
You want a cookie? I said yes.
Yes, exactly. But they just the essence of who Snake Eyes he didn't talk. Anyway, the best version of G.I. Joe ever, not the animated series ever, was the 1980 was when it started, the Marvel line of the G.I. Joe comics. And I think it went for a while, but I think it was good up until around that issue like 75 or 80. So many stories to tell that you could tell within that and adapt from that. I never understood why they didn't do it. I think you adapt those stories first, and maybe it's a rights issue with Marvel. I don't know, but I think you adapt those stories first, and then combine that with Transformers after you've made some different Transformers movies.
I have so much ignorance in this area, so please forgive me for this question.
Sure.
But is G.I. Joe not Mattel, and is it not under the same umbrella that the Barbie movie was made?
I believe it is.
Because I had thought that after they conquered Barbie, they were going to go over to G.I. Joe and kind of give it the Barbie treatment.
Well, I mean, it depends on what the Barbie treatment is. But they already did G.I. Joe movies. And then, so that's the thing that I'm worried about, is that they're still playing in the same kind of canon that they've already set up, which I don't think.
Yeah, you didn't like the Barbie movie.
No, I didn't. No. Barbie's different. Barbie, I think, is a well-made film, and I think that Barbie is a movie that nailed exactly what it wanted to do. I think Barbie is true to what it wanted to be. G.I. Joe, to me, they never really.
But you don't think a G.I. Joe comedy would work?
Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Please no. I think it could be in the same.
That's what I would want to see.
Oh my God, I love you, but no. And
not for me.
Yeah, no, but you can.
It's not a but no. That's what I want.
That's what you want to say. But I would say, please, for me, no.
I like Snake Eyes though, and you didn't like Snake Eyes, and that wasn't a comedy.
I didn't even, to be honest, I didn't even see Snake Eyes. I didn't even see it. I just saw a lot of the trailers. I saw a lot of the stuff too, and I said, from what I'm seeing, it just the take. It could be a good movie. The take for me was like, oh, the essence of what, in the same way that the essence of I like Man of Steel. I know you don't, but I like Man of Steel. I don't like when Clark just lets his dad die. We just talked about this recently. I don't like. You just said that, I think, right? So you said, yeah, and it
ruins the entire movie.
Well, but it's just the thing that the reason why is because the essence of Superman. The thing that always got to me in the Donner movies was that he had all these abilities, and his dad drops dead of a heart attack, and he can't do anything about it. He just can't do anything.
That's the point.
That's the point.
You can be as superheroes you want, and you can't save them all.
So when they take certain essence out of characters, like the rest of the movie, I happen to really like, but the essence of certain things, and they took the essence out of. When I saw that trailer, I'm like, well, I like because wasn't it Henry Golding? It was, right? Was it Henry Golding that did?
Yeah, and
I like him a lot.
That's very famous too. Let me look.
Okay, but I like Henry Golding a lot. I was like, I thought when they first announced him, he would have been a great Storm Shadow, and I was like, and then they changed it up, and I said, I don't know. That's
when Andrew Koji. He was so hot. In the movie.
All right. Well, I mean, I haven't seen it, but I just from what the essence of, and I just loved those comics, and I loved the story between Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, and ultimately where it went, and the difference of culture, but yet mixing the same culture.
People didn't like this movie. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, either way, I'm curious to see where they go with this Transformers G.I. Joe thing, because. Get the team that did Transformers 1 to tell these stories, because they got it. They understood. And I thought the movie was going to be a complete crap box. And
I want that for you.
It was really good. It was really good. And then the other movie that came out, did it come out this week? I think it did. Yeah, it did. Speak No Evil. Did you see that one?
No, I haven't seen any. I haven't seen Beetlejuice.
It's probably better though for you now. Because, with what you've been doing with the rejects now, it's probably better that you don't see a lot of this stuff in the theater now anyway.
Yeah, for some things, but also I do miss being part of conversation sometimes.
Sure.
Like right now, not having seen Beetlejuice, I know it wasn't, people didn't say it was amazing, but everybody was talking about it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Was it worth seeing? Whatever. Speak No Evil, is so up my alley, but I've been covering so many horror movies for them, so I didn't want to watch it because I'm hoping that I cover it.
You know what I'm curious if Greg has you guys do, and maybe you should talk to him about this, is to watch the original first, the Danish
French
one.
Movie, is it?
Danish.
Oh,
it's Danish. And
did you see it?
The original?
Yeah.
No, but I know what happens in it. And I bring that up for a reason, because the director is not happy with the remake.
Oh.
At all. So check this out. The director is unhappy with the Speak No Evil remake.
Are you about to spoil it though?
No, not really. Not really.
A little bit?
Let's just say
I don't know anything. I know nothing.
All right. Well, then I don't want to. Then here's what I'll do. I'll say this. I'll give you a summary of it without spoiling.
Whoa.
No. I'll give you a summary without spoiling it. Essentially, he's not, the tone of the original movie is very different from the tone of this. And this is and he says as much, and I agree with him, that this ending and the movie is catered more so for an American kind of commercial audience to be able to get behind, right? He doesn't understand why that is. That's where I differ, where I know what the original ending is, and I would say that you cannot do that if you want to try to do a mainstream audience studio movie. You can't do that ending if you want to deliver in box office. You just can't.
We do this a lot in America.
Yeah.
Where we change the ending of something to make it a little happier or more friendly. I don't know what they did, but a little less depressing, a little less illegal. We do that all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that I understood why they made the change, but I can understand for him as the filmmaker when he says it's completely different and it doesn't support because it's not the point of his movie. I get that also, but I knew the ending for the original going into it, and I also knew that they had changed it. I was at some screening for, I think it might have been Beetlejuice, and there's two critics. The critics' conversation from West Coast to East Coast is no different. I feel like
it's the same.
It's the same. You just hear the same critics who are like overanalyzing things and sitting down and having like these way more important conversations than they think that they're having, or less important conversations they think that they're having. And it's hilarious. But it's like I felt like I was just back in LA, but it's these two guys who are talking about Speak No Evil or whatever, the original. And they didn't spoil the actual ending itself. They just said it was radically different. So I was like, okay. So I knew that I wasn't going to watch the Danish movie before I saw it. So let me see what the ending is now before I go into this one. And so
you watched just the ending?
I just read the ending. I read the ending. And I said, okay, yeah, they can't do that. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to change the ending. And they changed it. And it made sense. It made total sense. So I'm curious once you see it, what you think.
But you liked it.
I thought it was fine. Yeah, I thought McAvoy is great in it.
He's so talented.
Yeah, he's great. I
love Mackenzie Davis, too.
Yeah, she was really good also. And I like Scoot McNairy. I just thought that he kind of made his character was such a goof. And like he was just so, I mean, it just like, yeah, without spoiling, there's just certain things I'm like, you didn't have to make the guy do that. It's like, he's just such a simp, you know? And it was just not
What are you, an incel?
What?
Just haven't you heard somebody use the word simp in that?
But he is, and when you see the actual the movie, you know, like he's such a weak character, and he didn't.
Kristian, how am I doing?
Oh, you're at 25 right now. It's good.
25 and so alive.
You got a shot to beat Steph at 35.
I don't want to beat Steph.
Yeah, you do.
I mean,
you don't
want to beat Steph.
She already beat her record last week, and that was good enough.
Okay, so I want to beat myself.
Yeah, you basically want to give Winston and Coy a good number tomorrow to try to.
Last week I was what?
Last week you had 46.
See, I always am in competition with myself.
You want to beat yourself? Okay, fair.
You know I want to beat myself.
Beat yourself. You got to beat yourself right off. Forget it.
Yeah, I got to. Yeah.
Forget it.
Onwards and upwards.
Perfect. Okay, Rox. So let's do this then. Let's see if there's anything else that we need to know. Let's get to your TV picks. And well, actually,
are you being gossipy at all on the show anymore? Or
like
not
what?
Gossipy at all?
What are you gossiping about?
Like, are you following any of the stuff from Bachelor with him having been arrested, or did he? Like, are you following any of the?
Sure. I mean, yeah, I pay attention to a lot of this. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I pay attention to it. It's like, Diddy's going to go away for, you know who it was? Who's Roy Wood Jr., who's got a show now, I guess, on CNN. He said, and I think he said it so right. He said, why do we keep referring to this person with a nickname? You call him Sean Combs. Why are you calling him Diddy? Like, why are we doing that stuff?
Did you see, Steph read this to me last night on World Girls in the affidavit. It was like, naming all of his, and you have to name, and it was like Sean Combs, aka Puff, aka Puff Daddy,
right.
aka Diddy, aka Dids, aka Love, aka it was like
you talk about like a Blumhouse movie. They're going to do a movie on him. Like the first movie that comes out about that guy is going to be.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's like.
But I wanted to ask you on the Bachelor one because you used to be a producer on the show.
Sure. What was
no? Devin?
No, who's Devin? Is that the guy that won? But then
Okay. So brief update for people who don't give a shit about Bachelor, which is probably 80% of you guys, because I know 20% of you do.
Okay.
I know 20%.
20% is a big number. Big number.
So here's what happened. This guy Devin, who I loved because obviously. I have shit taste, just like apparently Jen does. Jen was an amazing bachelorette. She picks this guy, Devin. Devin and her get engaged. Jen likes him so much that not only do they get engaged, she proposes to him at the end. It's the first time in Bachelor history they ever did this. Then we get to after the final rose, which means that we're supposed to see them all in love, like and together. We get there and we find out They have broken up after they got engaged. She's like in love with him and he's dodging her, dip, dodge, duck, dive, not picking up her calls, like broke up with her immediately, started following this girl, Maria, who was on the previous Bachelorette, who had been friends with Jen. He was just like an absolute scummy scum, comes on the show. Everybody shreds him. Even the guys were like, what the fuck? Yeah. So then what ends up happening is this week we find out that he had a restraining order against him from his ex-girlfriend.
They don't vet that beforehand?
And that he had a burglary charge because he broke into her home and stole from her.
Good research.
And the Bachelor was like, we do extensive background checks on people and somehow we missed this. And it's like,
apparently not.
What? So do you remember at all what the actual process for vetting was?
Well, I wasn't in charge of that. I mean, or being, for me, that wasn't what I was even close to handling. They had a whole other team that did that.
Creative.
Yeah, I mean, look,
do you remember?
Things did slip through the cracks all the time. All the time, things slip through the cracks because there's, people are good at hiding things and other things to it, and then if people really want you on the show, oh wait, really? Oh, we missed that, or didn't look deep enough into it. But it's but the other side of it is you can argue that the show's back in the spotlight again.
But I will tell you, for the first time ever, I think that the show is gross and I don't want to watch it. Because then they showed her like bawling her eyes out, and this guy is an evil villain, like a real bad guy. Not like, we've seen
misunderstood.
Misunderstood.
Bad at it.
15 years ago, they tweeted something bad, whatever.
Right.
In 2017, he was arrested, and there's a restraining order against him from his ex because he banged on her door, screaming at her, broke into her home, and then when she did the restraining order, he, in front of her window, burnt it, lit it on fire.
Yeah, it's a weirdo.
And he won. This was her fiance.
Yeah.
So
right, it's a weirdo. So yeah, it's like that's.
It's not good television. It wasn't.
No, it's weirdo stuff. No,
it's
icky.
Oh my god, I'm
icky.
Ugh.
Yeah. I understand, but no. The answer is no. I didn't know about really a lot of that stuff because there's just too much crap going on in the world in general that I see stuff, and I try to stay away from it. But there's a lot of there's a lot of drama out there.
Curious
no,
what was happening?
All right,
that was talked about in New York. I don't know what's going on.
Not that one, but I'll tell you what was talked about: saving money on rent, and I'll tell you about both Built and AG1, which all the time. Roxy, the svelteness comes from AG1 also. I'll tell you about them first. Let's talk AG1. I love AG1. I had it this morning. I love it. It helps you build a healthy morning routine. 60 seconds to get your daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre and probiotics, adaptogens, more. And I've been drinking it for, forever. You can't be part of this show if you haven't heard me talking about AG1. I'm going to give you a couple of fast facts about AG1 and how it supports your gut health. It contains prebiotics, probiotics, and gut-supporting ingredients to support your digestion, reduce bloating, and keep you regular. In a research study, 80% of participants noticed less gas and bloating after 30 days of drinking AG1. For me, I've had a lot of changes since I started to. I sleep better, better gut health, my focus, stress, all of it. It's just great. AG1's powder form makes it easy for your body to digest and access the nutrient-dense ingredients in the formula. They've been around with us for so long because so many of you guys have been doing it also. You've been getting AG1, you've been checking it out, you've been changing your routines, and it's worked. So if you want to start and notice the difference for yourself, it's a great first step to invest in your health, and that's why they've been a proud partner of mine for so long. Try AG1 and get a free bottle of Vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 Travel Packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/bigthing. $48 value for free if you go to drinkag1.com/bigthing. Go ahead, check it out. Built. I really hope that people are going to start taking advantage here of Built, because listen up, renters. If you ever feel like you're stuck in this loop of rent payments, just watching your money vanish into thin air, it is time to turn that rent game around and start earning some serious rewards, and that's where Built Rewards comes in. You've done that before. You've been there. You're like, I'm burning cash with all the rent checks. I'm there all the time. I feel like it. It's frustrating. But here's the deal. Built Rewards has figured out a way to make rent more rewarding. You say goodbye to the money bonfire and hello to a renter's revolution with Built is breaking ground as a neighborhood rewards program that hooks you up with points on your rent. Every month, you pay your rent and you watch the Built points roll in. You can use your points to book fitness studio classes, redeem them towards a future rent payment. They're designed to meet your lifestyle. Pay rent hassle-free through the Built Rewards app. Your rent game just got a major upgrade. Built points have consistently ranked the highest value point currency by the Points Guy and Bankrate. Earn points by paying rent now when you go to joinbuilt.com/bigthing. That's joinbuilt, BILT.com/bigthing. And make sure to use our URL so they know that we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/bigthing to start earning points with your rent payments today. Well, thank you to Built. Thank you to AG1. And I have mentioned thank you to you guys I got a message yesterday. Someone said, hey, you signed up to AG1 and Built. I said, thank you so much. And thank you. And now you're going to be excited because you got some really good benefits there. Roxy, before we get to your questions, which I can say you're at 25 right now.
Wait.
What? What's wrong?
The last time you told me I was at 25.
It hasn't moved. What do you want me to tell you? What I will tell you is this. What usually happens is that once we start asking the questions, more people want to ask questions. So
yeah, but I just don't understand. You said it was at 25 before, and then I really put on the show of a lifetime.
People are tired of it. Just stop this.
They're tired of me?
They're tired of you asking. Just let it happen
People
organically.
Are tired of me?
Just let it happen. Okay. So, but it's TV time, and we have things to talk about, and you're going to start. Go ahead.
Who's been messing up everything? Agatha All Along watched the pilot of this. You guys probably saw this because it came out last night, I think. We talked about this a little earlier, Kristian, but I was pleasantly surprised. Also, shout out to our main man, Ryan Nelson, who worked on the show. Proud of him. And it's unbelievably impressive, the amount of stuff that Marvel puts out that is at the bare minimum watchable. But I actually really enjoyed this.
Okay. So Agatha is out there. We discussed it a little bit, but the next one is
The Penguin. I believe that drops tonight.
Tonight, I think, yeah.
Tonight. I watched the first 2 episodes of this. I think that they're only dropping 1 tonight, though. I think that this is the it show of the fall. It was unbelievable to me.
Does it really have the Sopranos feel to it, like everybody says?
It really does.
Okay.
To me,
everybody says this.
So I said, oh, that's interesting. I haven't really listened to people other than I was working on Coy's review for Real Rejects, and he said it gave him Breaking Bad vibes.
Interesting.
It does not give me Breaking Bad vibes. It does give me Sopranos vibes, but Sopranos, if it was a DC show. So it's
right.
like, it's this. I thought that this was phenomenal. I thought the pilot was phenomenal. Kept me on the edge of my seat. Unbelievable performances. Kristen Milioti is maybe the best part of the show, which is crazy to say because Colin Farrell, this is the role of a lifetime for him. He's so great in it. The plot is really intriguing. And I love this take on the Penguin because we are watching like the grossest will stop at nothing to get ahead person on TV. And it's really different. Steph just had me watch the pilot of Batman Cape Crusader. And obviously that's an animated show, but it's like, I haven't seen, and all the animated shows that I've been watching are all the different iterations of Penguin that we've seen in the past. This to me is like what you're hoping that your Penguin is like, which is just the worst. He's the worst.
All right, I'm excited.
And the show is excellent. It's so good.
I can't wait. I think I might wait, though. Actually, as I said, I can't wait. I might actually wait because I want to watch the Batman with Sadie. And then if she likes it, then watch the Penguin with her.
The only bad review that I've seen comes from IGN, and it makes me honestly question if they're doing clickbait stuff. Because I always have liked IGN, but recently their takes are like, what are you guys talking about?
What was it? What was their take?
That the show is awful.
That it was awful?
Yeah, let me see. I'll try to pull it up for you.
Okay.
Because I was texting back and forth with some people about it because I was just like, what are they even talking about? And they've been doing this recently. It's a whole article. It's the Penguin spoiler-free review. And then underneath it says, this bird can't fly.
Okay.
Which Yeah, they just kind of they like slammed it, which I was like,
you just don't
I
agree.
don't get how you see. I don't get how you watch this pilot and think bad.
Right. Okay.
Maybe not for you.
But
if
how
you
do you
don't
think it's
like crime shows,
right.
if you don't love this world, if you didn't love the Batman, if you didn't like Penguin in the Batman, then you're not going to like Penguin here.
Right. Okay. Well, that is coming out really, really soon tonight, I think. And then the next one.
Do you remember me talking about The Circle at all?
Yes,
We're
I do.
on like the 7th season.
Yeah.
It dropped the first few episodes, and then last night a few more, which I haven't seen the new ones. But this is just a fun, if you are looking for something while you're cooking, folding laundry, it is a cool social experiment. So they're basically all stuck in this hotel in these pods. They can't see each other. And some of them are catfish and some of them are not. And they're interacting online and having conversations. And some of them are flirting. Some of them are talking about real life stuff. And one of them ends up winning by a vote at the end. It's interesting. And every season they pick really unique characters. I like this show. If you like reality competition TV, this is a good one.
Okay. So that one, and then new Netflix series by Adam Sandler.
Yeah, did you watch his new special, Love You?
My wife was watching it. I walked in, I didn't see. I saw what she was checking out. I didn't get to see really enough to make a judgment on it. Any good?
So people didn't like this.
Okay.
And so I didn't watch it until we did a watch along with the World Girls Patreon this week, because I was not clamoring to watch this, even though Adam Sandler is my all-time favorite. I love him. Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore are like on my Mount Rushmore of people. I love Adam. I thought this special was so unique and very cool. Nothing that I watch of Adam's am I ever like, I wish I didn't watch that. So I know that some people have a hard time when he gets stranger, and this is strange. Like Safdie directs this.
Okay.
So he makes really strong choices visually. It's an hour and 15, and the extra 15, because usually specials are like an hour, is for the entrance and outro. They do like scenes of him coming in, and then the whole premise is that they booked a theater in Glendale that is like falling apart. So the monitors don't work. There's a hole in the floor. There's like shit going wrong the entire time. And that really worked for me, but I understand why it doesn't work for other people. It's like kind of amateur hour, but that's the point.
Okay. All right. So that's on Netflix. The next one.
Emily in Paris dropped the second part of their season. This is the perfect sexy soap opera show. If you are looking for something that just takes you away from your life and transports you to Paris, this season we go to Rome. It is so fun.
Yeah.
Love triangle stuff.
Is this this is the F Fest show, right? That you said it's an F Fest?
Yes.
Okay.
You'd see I so enjoy this. It's just like threesomes and sexy and fun, and I think she's so great in it. Yeah, this is a blast. If you like Gossip Girl, if you liked 90210, this is, you don't want to watch this expecting prestige television. You want to watch this thinking like, oh, that's girly fun time.
Okay. And then?
Have you heard of The Perfect Couple?
Yeah, my wife and me. Damn. It's good, right? I thought it was good.
I thought you were going to say, yeah, my wife watched it. And then it actually is good because you and your wife do make a perfect couple.
Thank you.
This is a show that is on Netflix. It's Liev Schreiber and Nicole Kidman, plus a bunch of other people that you'll recognize.
I actually do think that my wife is watching this.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Very, what's that show that we all liked that's with Jennifer Coolidge, the White Lotus?
Oh, yeah.
It's very kind of White Lotus vibes. Yeah. Rich family, there's a death, who did it, who done it, murder mystery, but very heightened. I really enjoyed this. There's a fun opening sequence. It's fun to watch rich people be D-bags and just like keep one-upping each other to see who's the worst. You're kind of guessing the whole time which of this motley crew is the killer. And by the way, I didn't even just name half the cast, which it's Dakota Fanning is like the 8th lead in this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it seems very White Lotus-y what they're trying to go for.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then a quick recap on the Emmys.
I thought the Emmys were amazing this year. I'm happy to see that they were so much better viewed than the
Were
January
they?
Emmys.
Okay.
Yeah, so I believe they had 6.5 million viewers.
Okay.
And that's really good for the Emmys for where we're at. Can't express this enough. Steph and I talk about this all the time. They need to live stream the Emmys on a streaming service.
I said the same
Until
thing.
they live stream on Hulu, it's not going to be part of the zeitgeist in the conversation.
I couldn't agree more.
Who watched this was my Grammy and Gisela next door.
Yeah, it's this old school way of thinking with this old network mentality. It was like, let it go and put it on streaming. I couldn't agree with you more.
So weird. And so like Steph watched it the next morning, and award shows are really meant to be watched live. It's like sports. You don't really, some people do, but you don't tape the Super Bowl and then watch it the next day.
Right.
It's weird. And the Emmys are the Super Bowl of television. So I'm a huge fan. I thought that Dan and Eugene did a great job. I wanted to see a little bit more of them. So excited for Shogun. Was stoked for Hacks that they won because I love The Bear. I do, but I really am a fan of comedies winning Best Comedy, and Hacks is a true comedy.
Yeah, I had a big argument about that. I think not saying The Bear is a comedy is wrong. A lot of times people will say things that it's a comedy, like The Martian and other things, and I don't feel it's a comedy. I feel like The Bear is a comedy.
I think that The Bear is. I think it's fair that it's in the category, but it is strange to me when Jeremy Allen White and Eben Moss are winning up against like Martin Short. It's weird because they're the straight men on the show. Like Jeremy Allen White doesn't have I don't want to say he doesn't have a funny bone in his body, because in Shameless we see he does.
Yeah.
But in this show, that's not his job. So he's a dramatic role on a comedic show, but winning for Best Actor in a comedy, not most comedic actor. And so I think
I get it.
It gets a little difficult.
I get it.
But I was stoked that he won. And Eben Moss Bachrach, I think, is like the most talented actor of our generation. So it's not that I would have been pissed if The Bear won, but I was so happy for Hacks. It is the best comedy. It is so good. And Jean Smart at the helm of that, she is fantastic. And everybody just thought they were going to lose to The Bear. And really, it is a comedy that deserves to be watched and seen, and it needs it more than The Bear.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was stoked about that W. Stoked.
Well, there you go. There's Roxy Striar's TV picks. And she was able to recap the Emmys and other things there. So put your thoughts in there, whether you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can comment on Spotify posts now. Make sure you do that. And now we get to the questions. We've got a bunch of them. You're 4 away from...
Is it 25 or more?
31. You got 31, Rox. And you got a shot to beat Steph from yesterday, and I think you might do it. But
I'm 33, so we got to get to there next.
Oh, yeah, you got to get 33 next. Okay. So Dennis Hoffman just sent in a super sticker. Thank you, Dennis. Space Jesus. Always like to hear from Space Jesus. Always love when Roxy is on. She's funny and she's gorgeous. What do you think of the Jen and Devin fallout? Well, I guess you gave guess you gave your news.
I did, but what I think of it is that Jen is a queen, and I want to see her thrive, and Devin is a toad, and we have to stop letting toads come into queens' lives.
That's fair. Sounds like you talking about your dating apps. Okay.
Yeah.
Matt Boyle, it is so cool to see Julia Roberts be a part of your Agatha All Along reaction. Yeah, I know. It was her waiver. I had to get her to her people to sign off on it. It's amazing how many people are saying that now on the comment every time she's on now.
Does that make you feel good?
Yeah, I always knew it. It's like I've been saying it for 10 years. People are like, holy shit, you weren't exaggerating.
She gives me Sandy B vibes.
Interesting. Yeah, that's I could see that also. Okay, Bobbiance. Any plans to see The Substance? Which one is that?
No idea. I've never heard of it. Is it a TV show?
I saw it last night. Favorite movie of the year. So no. Oh. Some of the best body horror of all time. I keep saying this that I don't know what it is, and then every time someone says I know exactly what that is. Some of the best body horror of all time. Demi Moore is incredible. I hear nothing but amazing things about this movie. I hear that this movie is so good. I hear it's one of the standouts of the year. I don't know, but I can tell you that I know that anytime anyone has brought this up, I say the same thing. I don't know what that is, and they say the Demi Moore one.
Wow, that is so weird.
Same
it's
thing.
The exact same thing for me, where I've said all week, I don't know what that is, and then I look it up. I'm like, oh, I know exactly what this is.
Right. Yeah, and I want to see it.
Dennis Quaid movie.
Is Dennis Quaid in it too?
And Margaret Qualley, who
interesting.
I'm obsessed with. So, wow, it has an 89 on Rotten Tomatoes.
The answer is yes. There are plans to see it. I want to see it for sure.
Cool.
Okay. Next question. Matt Sinister McCall is the best. Roxy, besides Brady, who is your top 5 Patriots of all time? I'd ask Harloff, but he likes evil Eli. Evil. Come on.
Evil Eli.
2 champs. 2 champ Eli. Most hated.
My favorite Patriots.
Wait, not done yet. Not done yet. Most hated sports team? For me, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. For me, my Red Sox. I Red Sox and then the Gators.
You're trying to hurt me.
I hate the Red Sox. They're the worst.
That's your least favorite sports team in all of sports?
Yes. The Astros are up there. Astros are up there because I can't really say that the Red Sox are cheaters. You know, not any more than anybody else was during that time with steroids, and the Yankees were just as guilty of it too. So I won't accuse them as cheaters, but like Astros are just stinkers. They're stinking cheaters. I don't ever respect them. They're the worst.
Wow. My top 5 all time. And not Brady.
Yeah, not Brady.
Vinatieri. Edelman.
Okay.
Ty Law.
Ralph Biscuits.
Ralph Biscuits.
Thank you.
Yeah, we all call him Ralphie.
Ralphie B.
That one Super Bowl he was unbelievable in.
That's right.
Honestly, probably Gronk, because nobody makes me smile like him.
You just had a crush on him, yeah.
I've had Dylan's jersey for my whole life, so maybe Corey Dillon. I don't know how many I'm at right now.
That's good enough.
More?
No, we're good. I'm okay.
Okay.
But sounds good. Okay,
Do you have a top 5? That's hard.
No. Shea Markel, brother.
Amendola, I love him.
We're gonna keep going. Okay.
Ridley. Will Fork, I love him.
Hold on, you keep going. Okay. So Shea Markel, brother, I guess completely wrong. To me, your new accent sounds like Henry Cavill. Hey there, Rox. You're awesome sauce. Agatha seems decent so far. I do not believe that I sound like Henry Cavill at this moment. I believe I sound very different.
And you got to give it to Bledsoe because honestly, after everything.
So Agatha does seem decent thus far. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out past this. Mike Joyce, some support to shout out Roxy's amazing shirt. There you go. You liked your shirt.
Thank you. Perfect. It's just a yellow tank top, but I appreciate it.
I think that maybe on the thumbnail I have you in a different shirt. I don't know.
What shirt?
I don't remember. Hopefully the Patriots can whoop A. Rodgers tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, I love when we play the Jets because it's hard to be. I mean, it's easy to be a Patriots fan, but right now it's going to be a tough couple of years for us, maybe a few years. But we always have a chance when we play the Jets. Always.
Yeah.
Better than a chance. You know, half my family are Jets fans, so it's like that's the best.
Yeah, that's something else. And then
you were not listening to me.
I heard what you said. You said your family were Jets fans, and that's always the best.
That's really something else.
That's something. I listened to you. Don't say I didn't listen to you. Don't say I didn't listen. And then the next one. This is from Green. Love when Roxy's on. DC movies news forever.
Kristian put that show together.
That show does have a very loyal fan base.
Yeah, they're amazing. And like even now, if we do a DC movie news reunion on my channel,
people show up.
Hundreds of people live and thousands of views after. It's amazing.
It's great. Jesse Escamilla just puts in 2 nice super chats. Thank you, sir. Mad Sinister McCall. I wish I had a neighbor like Roxy's neighbor. Any new news with that?
Why would you wish that?
Because he's a dude. I want to hear sex noise at night.
No, you don't. Trust me. It's like not hot.
Did you still hear it? Is it still happening?
I haven't heard the noises in a while, but they have got a dog that screams crying every day for hours a day that they leave, and it's just like.
So it is a dog. It was a dog.
No, they got a new massive dog. Yeah, and it's
sad.
Screams barking for like 8 hours a day, and I feel so bad.
So you don't want that neighbor. Derek Johnson, the great Derek Johnson, who single-handedly is really responsible for a lot of Winston's success on Friday. You haven't watched Squid Game. Absolutely sacrilege. That's a show that warrants us seeing your reactions to. I'm super hyped about the new season. By the way, Kristian, forgot to say welcome to the One Piece fandom. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I always talk about it. It's my favorite. It is my favorite fandom that I know of.
One Piece?
Oh yeah, they're just like I've talked about this many times over where when I was going to do, I saw the trailer and I was like, I don't know if this is for me. And I was like, you know what I'll do? I'm going to react to the first episode. And if I like it, I'll keep watching it, but probably not. And I really enjoyed it. And I said, this fan base is going to eat me alive because I don't know who the hell these people are. I have no idea. And it's going to be like Game of Thrones and Star Wars and Marvel and DC all over again. Nothing of the sort. They were the most welcoming, wonderful people. I love the One Piece fandom. I love them.
That's so great. I'm so happy for you.
I love them. It's the whole reason I want to do the second season is because how wonderful these. I can't believe it. I didn't even think that existed anymore on the internet.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Okay, so Jesse says this is for you, Roxy, and just puts in a nice super chat. I think.
Oh, thanks, Jesse. Jesse's girl.
Nice. Hunter Vance. Kristian, get the Real Rejects on the phone. We need to collab with Sadie and Roxy reacting to The Bachelor. I don't watch The Bachelor, but I'd watch that. That's something that maybe, if I was still in LA, that we could have done. You
don't have to get the Real Rejects on the phone for that.
I know. Well,
I'm also on Kristian's show.
Right. Well, I think maybe to do something where it's like if they put it on their channel also. But I think that
for sure, just saying
for sure. Yeah, we can make it.
People, I was with Kristian first.
Yeah, right. That's right. That's what people don't realize. Right, and so was Coy.
Right?
Where do you think Greg found both Coy and Roxy? From me. That's right.
Come on now.
Mike Joyce.
No, actually, you know where Greg found me?
From the big thing. You told me.
No, Screen Junkies.
Well, he lied to me then.
He came on Movie Fights and TV Fights and he met me there or an SJ News or whatever, and he said that I don't even remember doing it together, but we have a picture, and he said that it was very intimidating and that he had really.
Oh yeah, so that I saw him. I don't know, was that on a birthday stream or something? Was that where that happened? I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, Greg shouldn't be intimidated by anybody now. Mike Joyce, we saw what Roxy was on Real Reject Social today. What's the nerdiest thing Kristian has in his studio or his house? The nerdiest thing I got right. I mean, I have a Storm Shadow. I guess I have a Storm Shadow, face over there. Is that the geekiest thing? I got a Chucky doll. I don't know. The geekiest thing.
Chucky is my #1 favorite franchise now.
I know you told me that. You loved watching
I'm obsessed.
it. Yeah, so that's probably the one that I'd probably say the Storm Shadow one because I love it so much.
I'm sorry. I'm so ignorant. What is Storm Shadow?
We just talked about Storm Shadow with
Oh, that's the G.I. Joe thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
come on, Roxy.
So I was in the Star Wars mindset, and I thought you were trying to say Stormtrooper.
No, get your shit together. Ian Davis, I've been with you guys since the Schmodown days, and you're the best. Thank you, Ian. Roxy and Kristian, I'm curious. Who do you think will win in a fight? The Christian Bale Batman versus the Affleck Batman versus the Pattinson Batman? I got to tell you,
Affleck?
I don't think so. I just because he's bigger. I think Bale.
Yeah.
I think Bale. The Bale's Batman was the most mentally sound. It's the whole thing he does in The Dark Knight Rises and how he's able to climb up that thing and do all that I feel like that I think they both, and nothing against Pattinson. I love Pattinson Batman. I think they both beat the piss out of him.
Yeah, me too. He's too
he's not ready yet.
He's not ready yet. Yeah, he's not there, and we haven't seen enough. I think that there's a very solid argument for Bale, but I think that Ben Affleck's Batman is the strongest of all.
Strongest? I'm not. That's a different question. That's a different question. Strongest, I would say Affleck for sure. Who wins in a fight?
Scariest and angriest.
I don't know. Roxy, you're 5 away. Well, no, you're 6 away from tying your last week's record. 6 away from tying your last week's record.
6 is my favorite number.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe you'll get to 46 today. John Lee, my favorite show, Industry on HBO, got renewed for season 4. Most underrated show. Definitely recommend people watch it. Roxy, have you seen any of it yet?
So it's so crazy. This is all of my East Coast friends.
Yeah. This is Kit Harington's show?
Is it?
Is he in it? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought Kit Harington was in the industry.
I have never seen it, and it has been on my list for so long because people are obsessed with it, and I can't believe I don't watch it. I will watch this show. When the Emmys are coming out, I do a whole binge of all of the shows that are nominated because I saw almost every Emmy nominated show, and Industry is never nominated. Let me look. I don't think that this is Kit Harington.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. I don't know why I thought that. You take a look, and while you look,
but I will watch.
Anything geeky, just puts in a $2 super chat and says Roxy! ! Scott Cross, hair looks good, Rox. Did you get it done recently?
I did.
Perfect.
My girl Bree, she's
I noticed.
The best.
I noticed.
You didn't?
Nope. So anything
but
geeky?
You got your hair done recently, and I noticed that.
You didn't say anything either. And
but I noticed.
Oh, see, so I noticed too. Anthony
No,
Geeky.
you didn't.
Yes, I did. So after I just said I didn't. Mountain Drew. Roxy, I watched a show on Apple that I have seen no one talk about. Have you watched Drops of God? It was released in April the 23rd. It has a 100% critic, 97 audience on Rotten Tomatoes. Drops of
I've
God.
never even heard of this, and that takes so much
Yeah.
for me to. Drops of God. It says that it came out in 2023.
Mm-hmm. That's what he said.
Well, I thought he said April.
He said April of 23.
Oh. It's a foreign language show?
Oh, okay. I assume so. So Rox says no. Just put that on your list, Rox.
What is this? I have no idea. Wow, that's
Okay.
and I love Apple.
Well, there you go. Jesse follows back up and says, I never do super chats, but one more because Roxy's just so awesome. Look at that.
Jesse's girl.
Perfect. Anything geeky? What's your favorite bar in Boston?
Whew.
You got a favorite? You got to call them out. Who's your favorite?
Wow, I really don't know. My favorite bar.
What's
in
one of your
Boston.
spots? What's a good spot? Give me one spot.
I mean, it's been so many years. My local bar is a bar called Cityside, but that's not the best bar. It's like run by BC kids.
Okay.
I used to love Whiskey's, Dylan's. Ooh, man, a lot of the hotel bars are really cool. The Cheers bar was always
I gotta
very
go.
cool.
I gotta go. My wife and I just talked about going to Boston for a weekend. We're probably gonna do it.
Boston's the best,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't go after. I mean, if you really want to be able to, because it's called the Walking City. You don't go in November.
No, we'd probably go if we were gonna go either October or wait until it starts to warm up.
Yeah, my favorite places to go drink though are in the North End. I love getting a martini at any of those North End like R2s or any of those bars there. It's so classy and like Italian and great. I don't really go like the bars, more the restaurant.
We're gonna do an East Coast trip here for everybody. Okay, this is the next one that says anything geeky. Are you excited to see Megalopolis? I don't know if excited's the word, but I'm definitely curious, and I have to respond.
Is it supposed to be good?
No, I heard it's okay. Heard just okay, unfortunately.
Okay.
Jacob Tizano trying to cause some shit. Florence Pugh over Julia Roberts. You're crazy. Did you see what she wore to the last Oscars? My God, she's gorgeous, talented, and funny. Whole package. So this Roka this morning again sends me a picture of. He still won't let it go, Roxy. He won't let it go. He sends me a picture of Florence Pugh. I'll show you the picture I sent back to him.
I just don't understand this comparison because Florence Pugh is gorgeous and Julia Roberts is gorgeous, and
They both are. But look, I feel like Florence Pugh looks like a hot kindergarten teacher. I think Julia Roberts is hot.
I think
movie
they're
star.
both super hot.
They're both hot, but I just said a hot kindergarten teacher as opposed to like a hot movie star.
Yeah, they're both. I don't know. I think that they're both really hot.
They're both.
Really.
I said both hot, but it's just who your preferences. Who your preferences.
Yeah, but that's why it's called a preference.
Right. I guess. Well, his preference is wrong. All right. Next one. Scott Cross. You're all working hard. Can we get a song? Flea deedle deedle. Deedle 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 fleedle. Like that song? Do you like that one, Rox?
Let it be.
You've been singing the whole time. All right. Steve Frederick. My wife, Krista, and I are celebrating our 15th anniversary. Congratulations. We saw you in Chicago back in the day and always enjoy you two. Can you give her a shout out? Absolutely. Happy. I wish you would have put your wife's name in. Oh, Krista, you already did that. I wish you put your wife's name in there. Krista, here, how about this? We'll do this first. Krista, happy anniversary to you and your wonderful husband, Steve. Thank you for being a wonderful supporter. And I'm glad that we got a chance to see you in Chicago. Rox?
Go, Krista. Go, Krista. Go. Get married. Stay married. Go. Go, Krista. Go, Krista. Go.
Good Lord. All right. Next one.
Yeah, but mine was so much better than yours.
I don't disagree with that. It was still horrible. Anything geeky?
Get married. Stay married. Go.
Did you guys watch the Christopher Reeve movie trailer? Let me tell you something. I'm so upset with myself about this because I have not watched the trailer.
You did a reaction? Oh.
What?
I keep trying to guess what you're going to say, and you're about to say it, so I should just let you fucking say it. Go ahead.
So, welcome to our relationship.
I know.
So the answer is I was invited to the screening twice, and I missed it both times, and I was so bummed about seeing. I want to see this movie so badly, and I didn't get a chance to see it. But so I have not watched the trailer because I don't need to see the trailer. I'm going to see the movie. Just Didn't get a chance to, but I really want to see it. People are pissed off, Roxy. Stephanie Litz. Silo not nominated for Emmys? It's criminal. Season 2. You agree, right?
I agree. I really agree. But this does happen. And, like Fallout didn't win anything, or at least not at the Emmys that I watched. I don't know if it won stuff beforehand. But it being nominated puts it in a caliber where people are going to think of it as prestige television, and Silo is prestige television. And even if it didn't win anything, I really wanted it to be nominated like Fallout because it deserves to be there and watched by more people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's another follow-up. Amrata says, scratching balls on the couch over Rings of Power. Oh, brutal. Did you watch that yet or no?
Only the pilot only the second season, first episode.
And you didn't like it either, right?
It's not fair. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. A lot of people, it just didn't work for people. Mike Joyce, will Crust get a wider release?
Thank you so much. Shout out to the movie that I'm in called Crust. It has a limited release right now, and they released this week that it is coming VOD mid-November. I believe it's the 12th, and then DVD December 6th, I think. Okay. So everybody will be able to see it. And yes, the better it does in theaters limited, the more theaters that are picking it up. So keep checking back.
Great. I look forward to seeing it. I look forward to seeing your performance. Josh Needle, I watched Transformers 07 recently, and it holds up. The yard scene is bad, and the sequels are shite. But it's a fun film with a lot of heart, and I say that as a Bay hater. Recommend giving it another chance. It's fair. I mean, I haven't watched. I remember, it goes back so long. I saw that movie with Mark Ellis before we were reviewing movies, and Ari Shaffir.
What's the movie?
Transformers, the first one. The first one. So
07 is what I heard.
Yeah, it was from 07. So I don't know.
I thought you were saying 007.
No. So I got to check. Maybe I'll check it out again. I don't know. Mike Joyce, when is it for you two? When's your next joint interview? I have to. I've got some people. There's potentially people coming in studio, so that one would be just me, obviously. But there's some other ones that are on in the works that I'll. What will probably happen is that Roxy and I will have to pre-tape it and then run it live because it's harder to get the people to want to A, do live, and B, to schedule it at the right time.
I understand that totally.
Yeah.
I don't know that I get especially if I'm a publicist, that I don't want somebody.
We got lucky on Collider Live with all the live interviews we used to get. We got very lucky. Very lucky. What is this now? This is Anthony Geeky.
And afterwards, remember how many publicists were like, "Can you pull that part out?"
And you're like, "No, it's live." Anthony Geeky, Vince Wolfork. I don't think I know that. I don't know that. I'm not sure what that means. Mike Joyce, what? I don't know.
It's like you don't care about me at all.
What?
Because you don't listen to me.
Oh,
I said he's one of my favorite favorites.
All right. Mike Joyce said,
I said, I don't know that. Oh. It's because you muted me while I was talking about my love for Wilford.
Fair. Mike Joyce said, I said stylist, not shirt. All right, fair.
Did you read shirt? But
yeah. You said thanks. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. So he's probably embarrassed now.
Wait, you said shirt?
Yeah, I said shirt.
And I thought shirt. But you really said style.
I don't have my glasses on. Give me a break. All right. So, Robert Gachinta. F it. I'll give you some cash. Thanks, man. Saw The Substance last night. It was phenomenal. There you go.
Wow.
Also, other great Pats player would be James White and Devin McCurdy. To which I follow up, I don't cur. How about that? Josh Vaskovich. But thank you, Robert, for that. I appreciate that. Josh Vaskovich.
I don't care about you.
I don't care about your Patriots. I care about the substance, and I'm glad that it was good.
Patreon over Patriots? Is that what you're trying to say?
Sure. Josh Vaskovich, which of your favorite movies or TV shows would you have wiped from your memory to experience it all over again? I hate the answer I have to give because of the conversations we have in the past. The movie, Roxy, Braveheart, is the movie that to where.
Didn't he say TV show?
He said TV's our movie.
Oh.
Which movie or TV show would you watch again? And yeah, that one, and I think and probably Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
You could have everything wiped from your mind before Braveheart. That would be perfect. And mine would be Braveheart too. Wipe it all from me.
Fair. But yeah, that's and then TV show wise, it's another one that pops up as far as seeing. I mean, Breaking Bad, probably watch that all over again. The Sopranos, yeah. Absolutely. You gonna think about it? Come back to us.
Yeah, it's really difficult. But I feel like mine must be something like Wizard of Oz or
Okay,
something
that's a
that
good
was
one.
like just like a marvel to me.
You broke your record, by the way. You're at 51. You got
51 and
to beat
so
to beat
fun.
to beat Roka though. You got about a 22 left.
Wow,
yeah.
that's a whole
one.
drinking person and one.
It's true. Aaron from Hawaii. I recommend Taskmaster many times. You have. I honestly think it's a feel-good show, and if you love funny comedies, movie elements is great. He has recommended it a ton of times. It's like but to be fair, and even to Roxy, who's a friend for over 10 years now, if not more, she's recommended tons of things that I've still never seen. So
that is true.
That is true.
And even some things that I do recommend that you do see, you give other people credit for making you see them.
That is absolutely 100% true. Okay, so yes. Daniel Breen, Coleman Domingo in talks for a new Spielberg movie. Yes, we covered it the other day. Think he's gunning for that Oscar? Got to bump up the numbers for Roxy. Thank you, Daniel, for bumping up the numbers. But also, the question is, I hope that you're right. I hope that it's an Oscar push. Because if The Dish is more like The Post, then I hope we're going to be getting into some disclosure stuff. But I think it's going to get a little bit more E.T. War of the Worlds than that. So,
is The Dish the name of the movie?
That's the working title. Whether or not they stay with that, I don't know.
The Dish is more like The Post. Like, imagine not knowing anything about movies and coming
and you
in
just
and
hear
that sentence.
Yeah.
What?
You're like, what are you talking about?
Coleman Domingo definitely will have an Oscar by the end of his career.
Yes.
He's an Oscar caliber actor, so it's just a matter of time.
Yes. Unknown D, you're crazy, Kristian. Affleck Batman, it's not close. Bale's Batman was not fighting or moving like that. Yeah, I think you're wrong. I think he's the smartest of the three of them.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah. It depends on, like, we didn't define the parameters of the fight.
His martial arts was better than the rest of them.
Are we fighting in a ring? Are we what's the fight? But I don't think your answer is unfair. I just think that Affleck. I get it.
I think that you got more of a shot of an argument with Affleck versus Bale than Pattinson. Like you said, he's just learning as Batman. He doesn't even deserve to be in the conversation yet.
I'm just a baby.
Yeah, he is. But that could change once another movie's come out. Joey Pedris.
I'm just a baby.
Who would you cast as the Penguin in the Nolan films? It's hard to say.
What a question.
It's a great question, but I don't.
So hard right now.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah,
we do Colin Farrell again because he was just so damn good. I don't know. It's always hard for me to say. I don't know.
It's like Colin Farrell, I wouldn't cast as the Penguin until I saw Colin Farrell as the Penguin because those prosthetics
makes the whole thing. Man. I know he doesn't know if he wants to come back for season 2 because of it.
It's brutal. Like that is
4 hours a day. 4 hours a day.
And like the claustrophobia that you would feel, it makes me feel nauseous thinking about it.
Yeah, sure.
So let's pick somebody we hate.
Oh,
so that they have to do that.
Yeah, I have to think. Yeah. You think about it. Unknown D. Yeah. Bale's Batman ain't have hands like that for real. I mean, he does have hands. He's. I'm telling you,
he ain't have hands like that for real. It's like you're not even listening.
I don't understand anything anymore. Derek Johnson, question. To which he says, "Roxy, you're gorgeous. You'll definitely find what you're looking for."
Thank you, honey. I appreciate that.
He follows it up with this. What movies are you looking forward to?
Oh,
I know your answer.
What is it?
Joker? Yeah. Gladiator 2?
No.
Well, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Joker, yes. Gladiator 2, I thought.
And Saturday Night.
I thought the Gladiator 2 trailer was quite literally the worst trailer I've ever seen.
Really?
First of all,
I hated the music. I didn't like the music.
Get out of here with that Kanye song.
Yeah, the music.
Why would you do that?
The music's not. Yeah.
But I thought the whole thing, the vibe, it felt so off to me. I thought it was so weird. So weird.
Yeah, that part of it wasn't great. Did I tell you the thing when
it is the one that I'm like so excited.
Yeah, that one I could see that. I don't really care too much about that.
Say that I've been changed for the better.
Crushing.
Because I knew you. You don't know?
Yeah, you did good. I like that.
I have been changed for good.
Crushing. I like that. That's good. Next one. Unheard Sirens Incorporated. Roxy, back me up on this. Why the F was Has Been Hotel not nominated in the animated Emmy category?
It is so good. But maybe just too raunchy, too out there, not seen enough. But the music, talk about music that's unbelievable. The Has Been music, and Kristian, you know the Has Been music because your daughter be playing.
I know she's not watching that show anymore. Though, I'll tell you that.
I know. I gave you a phone call.
You did. It was just like, yeah, I didn't realize. I saw some of that stuff. I'm like, wait, what the hell is she watching? I was like, no, she can't watch this. Not yet.
Yeah, the show is excellent, but for me to say, like, I don't know that I would have my kids watch this.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, it is vulgar. I mean, it is maybe the most vulgar show on television.
Super. Kids, King's Ports Cal, my man. Tulsa King and Severance. All I care about on TV. Did you start watching Tulsa King yet?
No, is Tulsa King
Yeah,
back?
Tulsa King just came back. Episode, I'm so shocked you don't know this, but yeah, Tulsa King episode 1 is out already. I got to watch it.
Okay, so Old Man and Tulsa King are my this week's viewing. They have to be.
Severance isn't back yet.
Severance is all I care about in life.
Yeah.
And I feel like personally responsible for getting 99% of people to watch that show.
Yep.
I won't shut the fuck up about it. So, yeah, Severance.
Derek asked what was for lunch.
Kylo's coming November. Severance isn't coming till next year.
Yeah, I think so. Derek asked what was for lunch today. I have the what an answer I have. 2 beers at 11:30.
And no food?
No food yet. Yeah, I dropped because I was with Clark, dropped her off at the train station, and there's this little pub right there, and I was like, I'll have a beer. I'm gonna having 2. I can't even tell you the last time I had a beer. So it was nice.
Okay?
Yeah, I feel great. Next one. Jeremy Lynn Lawson. Sorry I'm late. What?
Am I chopped liver?
Did you eat chopped liver? Is that what you had for lunch? Was it good? Did you have it on a sandwich? Did you have it on a bagel? What'd you have it on? Tell me about it. Do you like chopped liver?
Face.
I'm not even in the same coast. That's a stupid thing to say. What'd you eat?
Yeah.
Pizza with no cheese? What'd you eat, fool?
I didn't. And yesterday I didn't eat anything until 11:30 at night, and that keeps happening to me.
It's healthy. It's healthy.
So many things. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. Jenny Lynn Lawson says, I'm sorry I'm late and I've been missing in action. I've been busy teaching yoga. It's amazing. I got a new position in a new studio. Also amazing. So I'm teaching yoga at 3 studios. That's great. Love the show. Thank you so much. Thanks, Kristian. Thanks, Roxy. Thank you, Jenny. You're the best.
Mind, body, soul. Jenny,
cool
you've been an OG. You're the best.
Yeah, for real. That's amazing. Great updates. Lauren. Roxy, have you watched Interview with the Vampire? One of the best shows of the last few years, and I also watch an obscene amount of television. Did you see the TV show?
No, I haven't. I thought I saw the pilot, but then Darina told me that the pilot had a lot of like sexy time, and I was like, maybe I don't remember the pilot. People say that I will love this. I don't want to give away because I watched For Real Rejects Interview with the Vampire, and
the movie.
I don't want to give away my reaction, but it made me really not want to watch the show.
Oh,
so
damn.
But maybe it's completely different.
Okay, interesting. Oh, wow. I want to talk to you about it now because I like that movie. Yeah, I like that movie. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but I do like that movie. Okay, let's see. Who's your top 3 actors right now? Derek Johnson asks. Top 3 actors right now. I mean, actors or like movie stars, the ones that come to mind. I mean, Timothy Chalamet's crushing. I'm looking to see for what he's doing in that Bob Dylan movie. I really am. It's so hard for me to say because I got to look at some of these other actors.
Barry Keoghan.
He's a good one too. He'd be up there for me. We're going actors and actresses. I do look forward to, and not just because she's gorgeous. She's a great actress. Margot Robbie. I look forward to Margot Robbie movies.
Yeah, Margot's up there for me too. Yeah. I mean, like you mean right now is in not my.
No, just like right now. Yeah, like Emily Blunt. I look forward when she does stuff. There's just some people like sometimes when they. I do, and I like what's his face from The Bear, Jeremy Allen White, a lot.
Yeah, and Evan Moss Backrack.
Yes, so there's quite a few. There's quite a few.
And honestly, Margaret Qualley, after Leftovers, I've just been a diehard of hers as well. We're talking about
also good. People. And to which he asks, Derek says, "What's your go-to comfort food? Something that when you stress or had a rough few days just relaxes you?" It's a simple answer for me. It's pizza. Last night, a long day, my wife's like, "We're gonna get pizza. We're gonna be ordering a pizza." I was like, amazing. I was looking forward to it. Got home, went with my daughter to pick up the pizza. So good. Delish. Great spot. You?
Soup. I love soup. When I'm stressed, I love soup. It's so warm for your soul.
Yeah, soup is really delicious. Now Derek's trying to help you out, get past Winston. His question too. I'm just boosting numbers at this point, to which then he follows up. Beer. Okay, then what's each of your favorite alcohol beverage? Roxy, why are you not eating? You doing fasting? Or are you just working?
Working and slammed, and
you gotta have a snack. Gotta have food.
I know. I keep fucking it up. My manager on the phone with me last night was like, So do you think we could have you eat earlier in the days? Because it was 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like trying to start cooking. He's like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, you got to try to. Same with me. I got to do this. I have a fridge right here. I just got to make sure. There's a great deli right here, Roxy. I got to take it to you when you come here. Great deli.
I love delis. I love delis. What was the question?
The question was, you're not fasting. And what's your favorite alcoholic beverage?
Jameson on the rocks. That's like my go-to anywhere I go.
It's amazing how with old age it's changed. It used to be just like a rum and coke, but now it's a nice bottle of wine, or red wine. I would say Pinot Noir.
If it's like I'm spending moolah, I love a nice scotch. But when you're out, scotches are just like a Glenlivet. Is so expensive. It's just like stupid expensive. So Jameson's my like reasonable priced. Every bar I go to has a drink.
Totally. Well, Roxy, we did it. You had a great showing this time around with 56.
That was it?
Yeah, that's it. We did it.
We don't know.
Well, so far. It might be another one, but before we hit, but you had 50.
What was the number?
56. You did 10 past what you did last week. It's great.
I'm so proud of us.
I'm so proud of you and everything that you do.
Well, everything?
Everything. I think even your mistakes. I love you for who you are.
Oh,
See?
What's my biggest mistake?
Being on this show. All right. Tell people where to find you. Oh, wait. There's one more. Derek came back in, and he's just crushing. Have either of you watched... Oh, he asked this already. I don't think you realize it. Have you watched the interview with the vampire TV show? The show's amazing, far better than the movie, and remains true to the books about the relationship between Lest and Louis. Season 1's on Netflix. So I guess he missed that previous question, but
do you remember Kirsten Dunst making out with Brad Pitt?
Do they actually make out in it?
They kiss.
No, I don't remember that. It kind of made me ill.
It was.
Creepy,
I mean, I think if you watched it back,
when's that reaction coming out? I want to see that now.
I will say it was so hard to swallow, Kristian. Yeah. It's like, because that's a real person. She's a real person. And he was 33 and she was 11.
Yeah. That's tough. That's tough. I haven't seen. Yeah, it's tough. Where can people find you? What are you doing?
You can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar. I am all over the place. World Girls, Real Rejects. But right now, movie that's limited release, Crust. If you can get to a theater, go see it. Otherwise, it will be on VOD. And those are the places only stupid answers. Those are the places I am.
Perfection. Thank you guys so much for joining us here today on the show. We're here every day now, man. The algorithm is teaching people that we are live every day at 1 p.m. EST. Please check us out. If you want to check out some more of the reactions that I'm doing with my wife, we did both Agatha. I'm about to put Agatha episode 2 up on the channel in just a moment here. And then we also were on Spotify, Apple. I have a reaction tomorrow, a movie reaction of Long Legs coming out tomorrow with my friend Tina. That's going to be out tomorrow. I
just did that too.
Did you? It was. I didn't like the ending. I can say that. But other than that, it was
loved it.
Creepy movie. I didn't know it was Nicolas Cage until what you will see is I didn't know it was Nicolas Cage until an hour into the movie. By the way, I didn't know. I had no idea it was him. You can watch the reaction, and I don't discover it.
You have to clip that part out, Kristian.
No, I'm 100% leaving that in there.
No, clip it out for social.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure.
Take it out. Clip it like you need to. That's amazing.
Yeah, 100%. We didn't know for an hour. At one point, we thought it was John Voight.
So at what point are you like, oh, that's Nicolas Cage?
I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's when there's a scene that you're with him for quite a while.
Okay.
Indoors, I'll say. Like you're with him for indoors for quite a while. I was about an hour into it, I'm telling you. I didn't know for an hour into it that it was Nicolas Cage. An hour.
Then you were like, wait, is that Nicolas Cage? And then you look it up?
So we were looking. So Tina says in the beginning that he produced it, and it just kind of stayed in my head. And then we were trying to figure out. At one point, I thought it was a lady, which is hilarious.
Which lady? Just a lady?
Just thought it was a lady. I said, who is that? The mother? And she's like, that's a man. And then
Patty Boy is having trouble.
And then at one point I go, I think that's John Voight. It's a mess, but it's a good reaction.
That's incredible. That's why Greg doesn't let me look up shit beforehand.
Yeah.
For moments
I don't tell people. My friend Samantha, who had never seen Logan, didn't know what it was about, didn't know it was an X-Men movie, didn't know knew nothing about it when going to watch it. So I feel the same way. Thank you guys.
I'm obsessed with Nicolas Cage. He's
he's really good at it. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us here today, and make sure that nobody put anything else in here before I don't want to leave.
Why are you trying to get rid of me so soon?
because I have to pee. So thanks, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate you. You guys are the best, and you've been really making this show more and more fun every single day that we do it. I'm so glad that we're able to do this with you. Roxy will be back next Tuesday on the show at her regular time. You guys rule. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you on the flip side.